What's up guys, this is Casual Cubing and today I'm gonna be going over the third set of T-Zbll. Now this subset does not have an official name, so we just call it by T3. How we can identify it is that we have these two matching and these two are opposites right here. So there are 12 cases just like the other T subsets which I've taught before. And let's get into the first two cases. This is the first one, which I've set up on my RStream V5. Essentially, you got like this huge block, and the corner permutation is the same. You got a huge block right here, all the way going from the left just till here. So what I want you to do for this case, hold it here, make sure the block is at the back. If the block starts from the right side, then this arc is applicable. But if not, then this second case will be applicable, which I'll teach you later. After this case, obviously. Hold it from this angle, and this is the algorithm. So quick breakdown. You basically take this pair out like this. U2, L to pair it up, and then insert this pair. U, L prime. So that's enough for the first case. Let's get into the second case. Give me a second to set it up. Right before I show you the second case, this is what the first case looks like, but faster. 1 second, let me try that again. So here's what the first case faster would look like. So yeah, now for the second case, we keep the same block at the back we keep the block at the front for the condition. If it starts from the right side, give me a second. This is the first case over here. This is the second case. The key difference is that this block goes from here, the right side, all the way to the left side, while this one comes all the way from the left to the right. Now, if you have it from left to right, then just do U2 and case 1 algorithm. And if you have it from right to left, then you have to hold it from this angle and do this algorithm. So quick breakdown, you basically take this back pair out like this, U2, pair them up with an L prime, insert this back into its slot, and then finish it off. So faster, it will look like this. Oh wait, that was actually pretty good. Let's get into the third case. For the third case of this video, we're gonna hold it from this side. I have the same case set up on both of my cubes. Let's have a look. So for a condition, we can immediately see that these two need to be swapped, just like let me just set it up. You can kind of like see this Z perm pattern over here, like so. Just ignore the yellow corners and just look at this block. This is kind of like a Z perm pattern, as you can see. Hopefully you understand. So you also see this huge block over here, which is like the same color, along with a small block at the back. If these two edges need to swap, big bar, small block at the back, then you hold it from this angle and perform this algorithm. Now, if you know this commutator algorithm, then once again, let me set up the case. You just do the algorithm, you do a commutator, and then R prime, and then like just transition into an antisync. If I didn't explain it properly, let me re-explain it on this cube I have, the second cube. So basically, you do a commutator which goes like this: R U R D, R prime U prime R D prime. And when you do an R2, you have an anti-swing too. So instead of doing an R2 prime, we're just gonna do an R prime and transition, and this will be a way of transitioning into an anti-swing. R prime, E2, R prime, E prime, or E prime, R prime. So yeah, let's get into the fourth case. Okay, I think I messed up, so just give me a second. So for the second case, I mean fourth case. We got the same swapping thing going on over here. Both of them have the same case. This is case 4. I just took a seat because I was just standing before, and these two are swapping this time. Not these two. The front two are not swapping. These ones are swapping, the back and the right. We got this huge bar just like in the previous case. And you know what, just forget about this. We got the same bar over here just like in the third case, the previous case which I showed you, in the smaller block, but this time the smaller block is at the front. Now we want to hold it at the same angle, just like this. This is the same angle. We're gonna hold it from the same angle, but just like for case 2 where we just did the back slot version for case 1, we're gonna do the same thing for case 4's algorithm. If you already know case 3, then excellent. You're gonna hold it from this angle for case 4, big bar, small block, these two are swapping in the back, and it goes like this. So essentially a breakdown, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a commutator which goes like this. Push D prime, R U R prime, D with ring finger, and then you're gonna transition into a back anti-swing. Instead of doing an R2, which will result in a back anti-swing, when you're in this position, you can just transition into an anti-swing like this. And yeah, that's it for case 4. Let's get into case 5 and case 6. Okay, so here's case 5. If you hear any background noises, then that's just my AC, because I'm like literally sweating. All right, I think that was unnecessary, so let's move on to case 5. Now case 5, this is a little bit more of a harder one to recognize. I like to consider these like O-perms on a square one, but even though I do not do square one, I just consider them like O-perms. Their O-perms are also on 4x4, and yeah, so we have a 4 cycle of edges for case 5 which go in an anti-clockwise direction. This one goes over here, which goes here, which goes here, and then which goes to the original spot. Now another way you can check instead of looking for cycles is where this edge piece matches with this color. If it does, then you have case 5. If not, then you have case 6 where this one matches with this. So you can choose one side to check, where if you check with this side and they're matching, then good. If you check with this side and these two colors are opposite, then you have case 6. So yep, this is case 6 and this is case 5. I look at this, these two are matching, right? For case 5, this is case 5. And case 6, I look at these two, these are opposite, so I know that this is case 6. And it's about time I show you the algorithm. Hopefully I didn't do it a little faster. Essentially it's pretty easy. You just do an anti-swing, a back anti-swing. Yeah, you have to do a back anti-swing. And if you know this T-Zbll, then you can just execute the algorithm of this T-Zbll, even though it's not included, even though I haven't like mentioned it yet in my videos. This is gonna come in a future subset. So yeah, if you do not know, then it's best if you learn this so that you learn 2 algorithms or 4 algorithms in 2 cases. So you have this block here, these two are matching, and this is adjacent. So what you do for here is just F U R U2 R prime U R U R prime F. So as you can see, this is case 5, and yeah, anti-swing, back anti-swing, and this T-Zbll. Now that's case 5 done. This is what it would look like faster. Damn, I'm performing good. Let's get to case number 6. Now here we have case 6. This is case 6 and this is case 5. Now maybe I could be lying. Which one's case 6 and which one's case 5? Use the recognition technique about case 5 and case 6 and type in the comments which one is case 6 and which one is case 5. Is the GAN case 5 or case 6? Or is the MOU case 5? Which one is case 5 and which one is case 6? Tell me in the comments below, cause I want to challenge your recognition so that you actually understand the concept of recognizing these two annoying cases. So yeah, just type in the comments, and yeah, if you guessed the GAN was case 5, then you are absolutely correct. So this is case 6 right here. Let me just set up case 6 on this. Case 6, this is another O-perm. Instead, it's going in a clockwise cycle. This one will go here, which goes here, which goes here, and then all the way back to the original spot. Now, the same technique which I taught you, you have to like look at these two colors, or you can look at these two. It depends on you. If this is matching with the left one, then you got case 6. But just stick to one side. I'll stick to my right side since I'm right-hand solver. But if you left-hand solver, then no problem. You can stick to your left side. If left side's matching, then that's case 6. If left side is opposite, these two are opposites, then that is case 5. And opposite, and like these two are opposites, like these two, then that's case 6. Otherwise, if they're matching, then that's case 5. Let's get into case 6. Nothing really to say about recognition other than case 5 recognition system. So what you do is you do this algorithm. Now, if you know this T-Zbll algorithm for some reason, then yeah, this is a pretty nice algorithm. You can just memorize that. After doing this T-Zbll, you just do it back soon. So if you do not know, obviously, I do not know full T-Zbll. I have to finish all the alg sets. So yeah, I know this one though, so I can teach you guys. These two are opposites, these two are matching, and there's like an opposite over here along with this block. Yeah, so these two are matching, these two are opposites, and there's an opposite block over here with this fixed block opposite. Obviously this is fixed, opposites, 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 matching. So the algorithm is this. Which is just the reverse of this algorithm. So once you do the algorithm, then you do a back swing. So faster, it will look like this. Let me try that again. So yeah, those are case 5 and case 6. Let's get into case 7 and case 8. Now case 7 and case 8 are right here. So let's start off with case number 7. Actually, yeah, you have this color, which is opposite to these two, and these two are matching. This is how I identify. Remember the, oh wait, no, this is diag, my bad. Sorry for mentioning the wrong subset. Yeah, I'll get back to you once I set up the other cases. Okay, so I finally got case 7 over here. Let me just set it up on my other cube. Finally, after a little bit of brainstorming and trying to remember which cases were left over other than the 4 H-param cases, which I will talk about after these two, after this and the next one, we have a quite easy to recognize case. We just hold it from this angle for the algorithm also. Recognition is pretty simple. Big bar over here, opposites over here, and also another big bar here. So that's pretty straightforward recognition, and let's get into the algorithm. Okay, so breakdown, we just do R prime, U prime, R to take this out of the backstop, JB perm, and then insert this back. And remember one thing, actually never mind, just listen. If you do not know full PLO, like if you do not know the J perm, then I gotta ask you something, my friend. What the heck are you doing by watching this video? Come on. First learn full PLL, then learn ZBLL, alright? Because PLL is actually a part of ZBLL if you include PLL. Otherwise, ZBLL is just 472 algorithms. But if you include PLL, then it's 493. I know that number sounds overwhelming, but by the grace of God, you'll be able to get through the all the algs with my help, since I know full T and U, and I'll learn the rest of the algs also. So yeah, let me just set this up and show you how it look like how it will look like if it were faster. Opposite bar, and this is how it will look if it were faster. And yeah, now let's get into case 8. Yeah, okay. Now if you have case 7 set up and you just do an H perm, then you get case 8, where if you twist the corners for recognition, you have a T perm sort of thing. As you can see, you have like a T perm pattern over here of opposites, 2 blocks, just like in an actual T perm. Let me just set up T perm for reference. As you can see, pretty similar, right? Just the fact that these 2 corners are twisted, like, yeah, okay. This is UZBLO. There we go. Now that's T-Zbll. So now that we have this case right here, we can identify it with these 2 blocks, T perm sort of pattern, opposites here and opposites here on the front. These 2 are the same case. These are case 8, and the algorithm is like this. Pretty short. It may be a little bit dorpy at first, but I'm telling you, it's fast. So R wide, U wide, R wide, E2, R prime, F, R, E2, R2 wide, prime. Unfortunately, there's no really good way to break it down, but I'll try my best to give an attempt of breaking it down. So you hold it from this angle, and then you basically do an R wide, U prime, R wide, E2, and then you kind of do a sledgehammer over here, except the last F prime. Just remove the F prime and replace it with a U2 like this. U2, R2 wide prime, and finish with an F. Faster, it'll look like this. 1 second, let me just try that again. Alright, here it goes. Okay, you know what? Just pretend that that never happened. Okay, now we're moving to the last 4 cases of this subset. And remember, they all have one thing in common. They all have an H perm pattern. So let's get into the first of the last 4 H perm cases. Yeah. So basically, if you hold it from this angle, then 1 second. There we go. If you hold it from like this angle over here for case 9, then you see that we have an H perm sort of pattern. Just hide these corners. You see this H perm pattern? It's like towards the left. You remember case 1? Like this is case 2 obviously, and yeah, here's case 1. Remember case 1? Well, we have like this whole permuted block. Just imagine this as an H perm block, or an opposite block, like a smaller one going into a bigger one. If it's from left to right, like this, we'll do a U2, just like how we did in case 1. Let me just solve case 1. Let me just set up case 10 over here. Over here, this is case 9. Just like in case 1, where we see this block going from left to right, we are gonna do a U2 to keep it over here at the back and execute this algorithm. Now keep in mind, I'm not sub 10, so basically you have to do a commutator like this, and then just solve this like this. Then just solve this F12 case like this. So faster, it will look like this. Wait, let me actually try it on my main. Let me just try it on my main. This is the case, and yeah, for case 10, this is the same exact thing, but we have the block going from the right all the way to the left. Now remember case 2, this is just going to be the same reference thing as case 1 along with case 9. As you can see, blocks going from right all the way to left. This small block is extending all the way to the left in the L layer. This is an H block, another H prime pattern, and this is just a pure, and yeah. So for this case, we're just gonna hold it from this angle. Let me just take a seat real quick. All right, and it goes like this. So breakdown is commutator. Take this corner out and put it here, and then just solve this. Now I know that some people or most people may solve this like this, but that will just result in another T-Zbll. So hopefully you understood, and faster looks like this. Now let's get into the final two cases of this video, which are just inverses of case 9 and case 10. So yeah, this is case 11 and this is case 12. Now let's get into case 11. This is the GAN. So for case 11, we see that we have a Z prime pattern over here instead of an H prime. But how I identify it is with the H prime pattern. I see that these two are these three have an opposite pattern, and this also is opposite. So what I do is I keep it at the back like this. You see this opposite. And remember case 3. Let me just. Oh wait, no. So let me just show you case 3. Just like how I referenced the case 8 and case 9 and case 10 to each other, I'm gonna reference. No, actually, what I meant to say was, just like how I referenced case 9 and case 10 to case 1 and case 2, we're gonna do the same thing with 11 and 12 and 3 and 4. So just imagine these blocks as opposite blocks, like right here, essentially. So so for case 3 we held it from the angle and performed the algorithm. But for case 9, or oh sorry, case 11, we're gonna hold it from this angle and execute this algorithm. So essentially, breakdown over here, what you're gonna do is basically take this pair out, a Shrek move, actually 2 Shreks to insert this, and then a commutator to insert the corner. Hopefully you understood that breakdown. If not, then I can do it one more time. Take this pair out, double Shrek, and then commutator, R prime, D prime, R, U prime, R prime, D, R. Faster it will look like this. 1 second, let's try that again. So yeah, let's get into the final case of this video, which is case 12. Actually, just give me a second. So yeah, for case 12, same exact recognition system like how we did for case 11 with case 3. Case 4 and case 12 are similar in a way. We have these two edges having a little problem here, which we will ignore, but these two are obviously swapping. We're gonna look at the bars. These bars over here, like on case 3, this bar of case 3 is a permuted, but over here it's opposites. Let me just, yep, like that, opposites. And over here this is permuted, but over here this is all opposites. There's like an opposite checkerboard pattern. So what I want you to do is I want you to just remember, wait, this is case 3, but with opposite bars instead of normal bars. And then you'll be able to solve it, recognize it. So essentially, 1 second, let's see. Okay, so the algorithm, you hold it from this angle, keeping the H blocks at the front and right, and execute this algorithm. So for breakdown, we're just gonna take this backslot out like this, D prime, do a double Shrek into the backslot, and then insert this with a commutator R D R prime U R D prime R prime. So if you did not understand, let me just do another breakdown. Basically take this back pair out, do a double Shrek into the back, and then commutator, and the commutator again goes like this. And faster, it will look like this. So that is it for my T-Zbll part 3. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you actually understood my concepts of how I recognize T-Zbls. Well, my recognition system may be a little bit different compared to how I'm teaching, but still I'm trying to make the best possible content for you guys so that you guys can become world-class cubers. Actually, not world-class, but still pretty good cubers, and flex on your friends, obviously, even though flexing is a bad thing. And stay modest, and also stay casual, as I'm signing off. Peace out.